What is up, everybody? Back at it like them damn crack addicts. Hope everyone is having a great week. And to start things off, we got to talk about those Mets. Unfortunately, we got the cream cheese squeeze from our ass and we're eliminated. But once again, it was a great run. Sad to see it end. Not like I haven't seen it once, twice, three times a lady, but still, I thought this year would have turned out differently. We got a lot of questions already for next year. Pete Alonso, of course, might be gone. Let's see if they keep him. Come on, let's run it back. Get rid of McNeil. He's ass. We got young guys like Acuna, Jet Williams. Fuck this guy. Get him out of here. For our starting pitchers, we probably have two penciled in, so I expect a lot of activity from the Mets this offseason. But damn, even with the Mets eliminated, we got a fucking hell of a series. Yankees versus the Dodgers, probably just what Major League Baseball ordered. Judge versus Otani. I'm going to be honest, I have not watched a lot of World Series in the past couple years, especially 2022 when the Mets were eliminated the way they were. I didn't want to watch one more pitch that year, and the two teams last year didn't really give a shit. But this year, I'm watching. Don't really care who wins. If I had to pick, this is yeah, I don't know. I really have no idea what's going to happen. I really, really don't. I think it's just going to be a great series to watch. I don't expect it to be 3 games to 1 victory. I expect this to go 6, 7 games for sure. Moving on to football, and surgeons were busy as fuck this week. Deshaun Watson will have plenty of time now to get his pickle tickled after his torn ACL, as if anything couldn't get worse for this fucking guy. Man, that contract sucks. Godwin broke his ankle, and he was having a great season, but that's over. Debo's got pneumonia. Brandon Ayuk. How about this fucking trash bag? He cries all summer, wants to get traded. 49ers go out and seek some trades, ask him where he wants to go, doesn't like any of the places the 49ers wanted to send him. He misses camp. Finally, the 49ers give him what he wants. He comes out and completely fucking sucks. Now he's got a torn ACL. Fuck out of here, dude. But week 7 was a doozy. Jaden Daniels suffered an injury to start off the game. Mike Evans is out for a few weeks, most likely. Rough week for fantasy, for me at least. I pulled off one win, I think. Early games, I was doing great. Brian Thomas Jr., everybody was having a great week. And then those later games hit, and I just managed nothing for my players. Shout out to Juju Smith-Schuster, especially for costing me fab and putting up a big fat fucking zero. Nicely done. Our picks were okay, though. I want to talk fantasy for just a minute. And one of the things I noticed so far is that paying up for a quarterback in the early rounds has just not worked out. Josh Allen, Patty Mahomes, Anthony Richardson, CJ Stroud have just not worked out. Lamar has been awesome. He's probably the only one. Jalen Hurts, he's been okay. But this year, if you waited on quarterback and took guys like Jaden Daniels, Caleb Williams, Bo Nix, Baker Mayfield, Sam Darnold, these later round quarterbacks have worked out fantastic. I think that's the thing this year. If you waited on quarterback and drafted 2 running backs in the first 2 rounds, say you got Saquon and Derrick Henry, I can guarantee those guys are on the top of the standings in your league, especially if they waited on tight end and quarterback. These wide receivers have just not worked out this year. We saw Nico killing it, IR. Godwin was the number 2 wide receiver this year, out for the year. Neighbors was the number 1 wide receiver at one point, misses 2 games. Hill and Waddle without Tua, garbage. CeeDee Lamb, Chris Olave, Brandon Ayuk, Debo, Garrett Wilson, Devontae Adams. I can go on and on. Marvin Harrison Jr. People took this guy first, second round, and he's done nothing. I fucking hate football. I love at the draft. You're so confident in selecting these players, and then everything just goes wrong. Enough of that. Gonna take a break, and I'll be right back. All right. You know what time it is. Pick 'em time. Manny, once again, will not be joining me, but I got his picks here with me, so let's do it. Kicking off Thursday night, we got the Rams taking on the Vikings. This is going to be a great matchup. We got Puka Nacua. We got Cooper Kupp coming back for the Rams. Vikings were 5-0 before last week, taking the loss against the Lions. But this week, I'm still going to take the Vikings. I know the Rams are getting all these guys back, but I just love the Vikings defense. I think the Vikings are playing really good football right now. Maybe that 5-0 start was a little fluky, but they played some pretty good teams and they beat them. So I think it wasn't a fluke at all. 5-0 was a pretty good start. They lost last week. Manny's got the Rams. I got the Vikings. You're firing up everybody in this game. It doesn't matter. If you got Puka, throw him in. I don't know what. what the hell? I mean, every other wide receiver seems to get hurt or fucking suck this year. So might as well take your shot, throw him in. Throw in Cooper Cup, Kyron Williams. You're starting all these guys. Justin Jefferson, Aaron Jones. Everybody. Just start everybody in this matchup. Next up, we got the Ravens taking on the Browns. This is an easy one for both me and Manny taking the Ravens here. I think the Browns are going to be starting Jameis Winston. I'm hoping that's what they do. They can't be thrown. I mean, if they want to tank this year, I mean, I guess throwing that other fucking guy, he's completely trash. But if you want to compete this year, you're going to throw in Jameis Winston, obviously. And that helps out fantasy-wise, the wide receivers on that team, and David Njoku, Nick Chubb. Maybe they can make some type of comeback here, to close out the year. Let's see what happens. But I don't think it starts this week. I think the Ravens come in, and I think the Ravens just do work like they've been doing the past couple of weeks. We got the Lions taking on the Titans, and once again, Manny not sticking with his team. They traded DeAndre Hopkins. The teams look like fucking craziness. Oh, man, I don't know what yeah, you got to, we're taking the Lions here in this one, absolutely for sure. Dave Montgomery had a little injury scare last week, I saw, but he looks to be okay. The Titans side, I don't really know who you're starting. I don't even know if you'd start Pollard. I mean, you could, but I mean, Mason Rudolph going to be the quarterback. Trade DeAndre Hopkins. Calvin Ridley's been a complete bust this year. I don't know if you're going to be starting Pollard this year. If you got a better option, I'd probably throw him in there. But me and Manny both going to take the Lions here. Texans taking on the Colts in this next game. And again, me and Manny on the same side. We're going to be taking the Texans here. Colts, I don't know. I'm not feeling Jonathan Taylor probably going to be coming back this week. Hopefully, maybe, help that Colts team out. This is kind of a tough one, too, because C.J. Stroud really didn't look that good last week. You could definitely tell without Nico Collins out there for C.J. Stroud, it's a little difficult. Even Tank Dell, he had the opportunity now to take over that number 2 role, number 1 role maybe, but most likely the number 2 role behind Stephon Diggs. And he came out and put up a fucking goose egg, and that sucks. And so you could definitely tell without Nico, CJ Stroud might struggle, but I'm still going to take the Texans here. Joe Mixon's been really great this year, fucking fantastic, actually. So yeah, I'm going to take the Texans. Manny's on my side with that one. Both taking the Texans. Next up, we got the Packers taking on the Jaguars. And once again, me and Manny on the same side. Jordan Love has absolutely been amazing this year. Josh Jacobs got his first receiving touchdown. Everybody was so excited about that. But the Jaguars did a great job last week. It was looking ugly again in London there. They were down 10-0 to the fucking Patriots and Drake fucking May. And they, again, pulled it out of their ass. They had Tank Bigsby was phenomenal. Brian Thomas Jr. was phenomenal. So they did a great job last week. But I think the Packers have a very underrated defense. Not underrated. Obviously, people know they're a good defense. But I think they are a really, really good defense. And I think they're going to give the Jaguars a ton of problems. I see the Packers winning big in this one. But me and Manny, both on the Packers. Next up, we got the Dolphins versus the Cardinals. Manny's got the Dolphins. I'm going to go with him on this one. I picked the Cardinals last week, but it was ugly last week. It was an ugly-ass fucking game, and the Dolphins are going to be getting Tua back this week, so look for Tyreek Hill finally to explode. He's probably been waiting. He's probably just bottled up all this frustration and energy, and he's just ready to fucking unleash it. And I hope that is this week. Let's hope. Fire him up. Jalen Waddle, though, I saw that he was hurt or something. I don't fucking know what the hell is, but yeah, fucking this fucking guy. I don't know what you want to do with him. You could throw him in if you want to, but who the fuck knows? Cardinals side, oh man, Marvin Harrison Jr. hasn't been looking too great. James Conner, though, he's pretty much that Cardinals offense. Throw him in there. Trey McBride, been a little bit of a bust this year. Not a bust. I mean, what is he, like the number 5, 6 tight end? Ugh, but it's an ugly 5 and 6. It's not really that good. So yeah, me and Manny both on the Dolphins here. Next up, we got the Jets taking on the Patriots. Man, I don't even know who the fuck to pick here. Manny's got the Jets. This is an ugly, ugly fucking game. We got a lot of problems with that Jets team. Yeah, you look at on paper, Aaron Rodgers, Breece Hall, Devontae Adams, Garrett Wilson, Sauce Gardner. They got all these fucking guys, but there's so much bullshit mixed in with that I don't care how good your team is, but if nobody's on the same page and there's just a lot of controversy and turmoil and the coach got fired and all this bullshit, it doesn't fucking work. And this Jet team is proving once again that the Jets are going to jet just like the Mets are going to Met. And this is another pure example of what is fucking going on with that team. So I don't know what you do here. I guess I'll take the Jets. But I would not be shocked if the Patriots came out and smacked this team in the fucking mouth. I would not be shocked. The Jets seem to be on the rope, so to speak. If they do not win this game this week, their season is over. I don't give a fuck. Last year at this point, Zach Wilson had this team at 4-3. Okay, maybe not Zach Wilson had this team, but he was the quarterback of this team at 4-3. The Jets are 2-5 right now. If they lose to the Patriots this week, who have lost the last 6 fucking games, it is fucking done. But I'm going to take the Jets here. I'm hoping that they can pull it off. I'm not trying to say anything bad about the Jets. It's just, come on, they have such a good team. If they just got on the right page, everything would work out. So I'm going to take the Jets. Manny's got the Jets. Up next, we got the Buccaneers taking on the Falcons. And man, if you asked me this game last week, I'd probably pick the Buccaneers here. But Manny's got the Bucs. I'm going to take the Falcons here. We got a lot of problems with that Buccaneer team right now. You got Bucky Irving, who's got a toe injury. He hasn't practiced the last 2 days. You got Mike Evans who's going to miss time. Obviously, Chris Godwin's going to be out. So offensively, you really just have Jalen McMillan and Kate Otten and a couple of running backs. And I don't know if that's enough for Baker Mayfield to work with. I know Baker has been a fantastic quarterback this year. Do not get me wrong. But now without Evans and Godwin, oof, if you got a better person, obviously you can't throw a running back in the quarterback spot, but if you got a better quarterback to put in this week or a better matchup, this is the week to put him in, because maybe Baker could do something, because these running backs do catch the ball. So I wouldn't be shocked if Bucky Irving plays. I wouldn't be shocked if each of these running backs have 4 to 5 targets, maybe even catches. So look for the running backs to play a huge part if Bucky Irving plays, obviously. But Jalen McMillan might get involved. Kate Otten has looked really good. So I just don't know. I'd probably have to go with the Falcons here. You got Bijan, you got Drake London playing great. You got Kyle Pitts getting involved more. So offensively, I don't know if the Buccaneers will be able to keep up with the Falcons. So I'm going to take the Falcons. Manny's got the Bucs. Next up, we got the Bengals taking on the Eagles. And I've said before, haven't been really too big of a fan of the Eagles offense. And last week against the Giants, they did pretty good. AJ Brown had his touchdown, very nice. Saquon Barkley did great against his former team. So fantastic job against the Giants. And the Giants have a really good defense, so don't sleep on that either. So just because I say, oh, they had a good game against the Giants, everybody's going, oh yeah, the Giants, they suck. They suck on offense, yeah, but defensively, they're pretty good. The Bengals have just been looking really good on offense. T. Higgins and Jamar Chase are 2 of the best wide receivers. This is a really tough game to pick. This really is a really, really tough game. It's kind of like the game tonight, the Rams and the Vikings. You just don't know. Yeah, the Rams are getting back, Cooper Kupp, Puka Nacua. They're getting all their weapons back, but you still don't know, because the Vikings have a really, really good defense and their offense is really good too. So this could be a very, very interesting game tonight. And the Rams need this game. They need to win this game. I think they need to win this game. Back to this Bengals-Eagles game. Whew, I'd probably have to take the Bengals here with Manny. I hate to say that. I kind of, man, it's such a difficult, if I look at it, yeah, I'll probably take the Bengals. I'm going to go with the Bengals. I like the Bengals a lot. I love Jamar Chase. Jamar Chase is probably one of my favorite wide receivers in the National Football League, right next to CeeDee Lamb. Yeah, I'm going to take the Bengals. Next up, we got the Chargers taking on the Saints. Hopefully, the Saints can have some more firepower than they did last week, because last week was absolute trash. Needless to say, probably going to take the Chargers here. I like the Chargers a lot. J.K. Dobbins should have a very, very good game against this New Orleans rush defense. They're not the greatest. So I thought J.K. was going to smash last week against the Cardinals. It didn't happen. It turned out Justin Herbert had a whole ton of passing yards. So go figure, with no wide receivers pretty much. And J.K. Dobbins wasn't the one that did good. So yeah, go figure. But anyways, I think J.K. Dobbins, again, is in another smash spot this week. So I'm definitely throwing him in my lineup. Wide receiver-wise for the Chargers, not really sure. I guess you can start McConkey, whatever. A lot of these guys are going through injuries. And on the Saints side, not really too sure. Obviously, Alvin Kamara, if you got Chris Olave, throw him in there. That's pretty much it on that side. But I'm going to take the Chargers. Manny's got the Chargers. Next up, we got the Bills taking on the Seahawks. We got to see what's going on with DK Metcalf. I know he's got a little bit of an MCL sprain, so that would factor in a lot to my decision here. If I'm gonna say I'll probably take the Bills either way. Manny's got the Bills as well. Mm, it'd be man, I'd have such a better feeling about it if I knew if DK was playing or not. The Seahawks again, like I said last week, the Seahawks betting wise, fantasy wise, they've completely fucked me. And last week I didn't pick them, and they won 34-14. So they really have screwed me every week. So I'm going to take the Bills here. Why not? And Amari Cooper now he played last week and he caught a touchdown. He did phenomenal. So now with another week under his belt, let's see if and now Khalil Shakir is 100%. So let's see if this Bills offense gets going now. Let's see if it happens. I think they're playing this game in Seattle. Yeah, I think it's Seattle. I think they got rain in the forecast. When they don't. So come on now. But let's see if Josh Allen can get back to being that QB1 that we know of. He's got a good opportunity here against Seattle. This could be a big game. This could be a back and forth game. This could be a really, really good game. Let's just see if that happens. Josh Allen just needs to do better. And again, we attribute that to not having that X receiver, and now he's got Amari Cooper. So let's see now if that opens up for everyone else. Keon Coleman, Khalil Shakir, the running game, Dalton Kincaid. Let's see if that one guy, that one pickup can change the whole offense. Let's see if that happens this week. Next up, we got the Bears taking on the Commanders. We got the number 1 overall pick versus the number 2 overall pick. And I don't know if Jaden Daniels is going to play. To be honest with you, I think he is going to play, but I just do not think that's the smartest move because the Commanders are in such a good spot here where they could lose this game. It's not really a big deal. I mean, yeah, it's obviously you don't want to lose this game. Clearly you want to win every week. And it's up against this quarterback and this team. But this Bears defense is really good. And one wrong hit to Jaden Daniels, it could probably end his season. And you never know long term if this turns out to be anything crazy now, too. If he takes one more good pop. If I were the Commanders this week, I would definitely try to rest him. But I just don't think they're going to do that. I think they want this game to happen between these two quarterbacks, and I think they're going to rush it. And again, if you take one more pop, I think he'll be sidelined for weeks instead of just this 1 week. So I think the Commanders will think about this and say, you know what, maybe this isn't a good idea. Let's not start him. And, again, Caleb's got a better matchup here anyways against the Commanders defense. Jaden Daniels is going to have the tougher matchup, and the Bears defense is really good. So I'm going to take the Bears here. I'm definitely going to take the Bears. Manny's got the Bears. Even if Jaden Daniels plays, I still got the Bears here. I think Jaden Daniels is a really good quarterback. He's been playing great. Unfortunate that he got hurt for me. I got him in 2 leagues last week, and I needed him to come through big. And not big. I shouldn't say that. I lost 1 league, not by much, and I think the other league I didn't lose by much either, and it was all really because of this Jaden Daniels injury. Yeah, he had a really good run to start the game, but that was it. And it's funny because I was out to dinner for my niece's birthday, and I was checking the box score, and I kept seeing, 24-0, 34-0, 41-0. And I'm like, oh, this is great. Oh my God, they probably got so many points. And then come to find out after when I left, I looked at like my fantasy team and saw that Jaden Daniels had 6 points. I was trying to refresh it, and I was like, this is a mistake. This is a mistake. And it was not a mistake. So that totally fucking sucked. But yeah, I got the Bears. Manny's got the Bears. Again, if I was the Commanders, I would totally try to rest Jaden Daniels. And this puts a hit on fantasy-wise too, because Terry McLaurin has been an absolute monster. I'm not saying don't sit him. You probably have to start him if you got some buys or not bye weeks, because I don't think there's a bye week this week, which is weird. You got 10 teams on bye 2 weeks ago. Now you got nobody on bye. I'm sure that has a lot to do with scheduling, and there may be a concert or another team has a game, whatever the fuck. But yeah, if you got injuries, Terry McLaurin, you probably got to throw him in there. I don't know if he's going to do good without Jaden Daniels. The run game might suffer a little too. So, yeah, if Jaden Daniels doesn't play, even if he doesn't play, I got the Bears here. You got to fire up everybody. This could be the week that Odunze comes out and explodes. These rookie wide receivers have a tendency after the bye week to do really good. And Adunze has had a couple of good games this year. And now with the bye week and playing the Commanders defense, look for Odunze. If if you gotta play somebody, if you got a flex open, you need a receiver, I would throw in Odunze. If he's out on the waiver wire and you need to play somebody, play Odunze. I think he might have a shot to hit some big plays in this game. So wouldn't be shocked if he had a long touchdown or several targets, actually. I think he's going to be a targeted guy in this game. Next up, we got the Broncos taking on the Panthers, and the Broncos defense has been absolutely amazing. And to top it off, the Panthers are going to be starting Bryce Young this week. So, fire up the Broncos defense. I would put that. I think I got them in one league, actually. I'm definitely starting them. I was going to drop them for the Chiefs defense, but the Broncos have been doing so well. I didn't want to put somebody put a bid on them. I think it was like $9-10, and I didn't want to do that for a defense. I like to try to stream my defenses without spending a lot of fab. If I have to, I will. But there were a couple of defenses. I think I actually had Denver already, but there were a couple of defenses up there that I was thinking about dropping Denver for, and I said, you know what, I'm going to stick to Denver, and I'm going to keep them this week, especially if Bryce Young is out there. And this is it for Bryce Young. I mean, I'm not trying to say this is it, but he started the year, he played like shit. They sat him for Andy Dalton. He hasn't played that well. I don't know if that's the reason why he's not playing. I haven't really looked. I don't give a shit about the Panthers, honestly. I don't know if he's hurt or if he has been sucking lately. So Bryce Young gets another opportunity here, but he can't blow this opportunity. If he comes out and throws 2 fucking interceptions and they get returned for touchdowns, he's fucking done. He is fucking done. They're not going to give him another chance. I do not like him in this game. I'm not sure if Pat Surtain is gonna play. I mean, this is a game probably he could sit, take another week off, bro. We don't need you for this one. We're going to fucking smoke this fucking dude. But yeah, Bo Nix has looked fantastic. Javonte Williams had a big game. So yeah, I don't know. Cortland Sutton, probably the only guy I'd be like a little worried about. If you got him and you're going to throw him in the flex, I wouldn't do that. Deontay Johnson, he may suffer a little in this game. We saw how he did with Bryce Young, quarterback. Wasn't too good. And if Surtain does play, he's going to be on top of Johnson. So watch out if you got a different or another guy, that has a better matchup this week. I definitely play that. But yeah, me and Manny both on the Broncos. Next up, we got the Chiefs taking on the Raiders. And this is a fucking no-brainer for me. I don't think it's a no-brainer for anybody. We got the Chiefs. Wouldn't be shocked if the Raiders won, though, because we all think the Chiefs are going to win. So if you're in a survivor pool and you pick the Chiefs and you fucking lose, you deserve it. But yeah, got the Chiefs here. We got DeAndre Hopkins now, a member of the Chiefs. It's fucking awesome. Maybe he can win a championship. Fucking deserves it. Kareem Hunt has looked like an absolute fucking beast, and I'm so fucking mad at myself because I had him in 2 fucking leagues, and I dropped him in both leagues, and I'm fucking kicking myself in the ass because when I first picked him up, I thought to myself, man, these guys got Samaje Perine, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Kareem Hunt, Carson Steele. They got so many running backs. I was like, you know what? Not even going to deal with that headache every week. I'm just going to fucking drop them. And what a fucking disaster that's been for me. And I need running backs. I need running backs in a bad way. Because I know Christian McCaffrey's going to be coming back, and I got Jordan Mason in a couple leagues, and sooner or later, he's going to be relegated to the fucking bench, and that fucking sucks. And until Christian McCaffrey, gets hurt again. But I don't think there's any doubt in my mind starting the Chiefs. We are picking the Chiefs. You're starting your Chiefs too if you want. I mean, if you want to throw in Chiefs wide receivers, go for it. I mean, I guess. I don't know who the fuck is going to fucking do anything. At running back wise, Kareem Hunt, Patrick Mahomes, if you got him, this might be the week you may want to start him. I know a lot of people are off on Patrick Mahomes, but if you're going to put him on your bench and then he puts up 40, oh man, that's a tough one to fucking swallow. On the Raiders side, Brock Bowers would probably be the only guy I would start, but you got to be almost stupid to think that the Chiefs are not going to zero in on Brock Bowers and take him out of this game. They are going to take him out of this game completely, and they are going to make the other playmakers on this Raiders offense do work. And that's scary because they have no more Devontae Adams. So it's just not that automatic anymore for Brock Bowers, especially, or for in this game, I should say. It's not going to be automatic for him. They are going to double, triple cover this fucking guy. And if you want any type of similarity, you got to look to week 1 when the Chiefs took out Mark Andrews completely. Isaiah Likely had the game that we thought Mark Andrews was going to have. but they took him out of the game completely. And that's what's going to happen, I think, here to Brock Bowers. I think the Chiefs are just going to be all over him. And there is no, we shouldn't even be talking about this. The Chiefs are going to fucking win. End of story. Next up, we got the Cowboys taking on the fucking 49ers, and they are a fucking mess right now. And Ayuk is hurt. Fucking Debo's got pneumonia. You got a whole bunch of shit going on with them. Manny's got the Cowboys. I'm going to be with him on this one only because the 49ers are so fucking decimated. But Jordan Mason might be very, very good to play this week because Dallas's defense fucking sucks. So I expect Jordan Mason to have 62 carries for 932 yards and 74 touchdowns. So put him in your lineup. This might be the last week too. I don't know. Maybe I don't know if their bye week is next week. I think so. I think their bye week is week 9. So this might be your last opportunity to start Jordan Mason. So get him in there, see what he does. Or you can try to trade him to somebody that needs a fucking win desperately this week and try to get something in return, somebody that you could start every week. Because after this week, he's going to be on the bench. You're never going to be able to start him unless Christian McCaffrey gets hurt later in the year, which is a possibility. I'm not trying to say that it's not a possibility. He may get hurt in week 15 and then week 16 and 17, your championship weeks. Maybe you got him, and now you can play him as a number 1 running back. But yeah, Cowboys all day. Fuck the 49ers. No, I'm just kidding. Please don't beat our ass. All right, Monday night's game, we got the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the New York Giants. And once again, me and Manny are on the same page. I got the Steelers. Manny's got the Steelers. Russell Wilson looked like a fucking monster last week. When I went to bed, that game wasn't close. It was like 14-7 at halftime, something like that. I can't remember. I was going in and out. And then I checked the box score the next morning, and it's like 37. And I'm like, what the fuck? Did not see that coming. So let's see what happens. Giants have a good defense. I don't think it's as good as the Pittsburgh defense, and I do not think the Giants offense is as good as the Pittsburgh Steelers offense. I know that's really hard to say, but honestly, other than Malik Neighbors on that Giant team, they got fucking nobody. So it's going to be a really, really tough game for this Giant team. They could pull it out here. I'm not saying they can't, but I just do not see it happening. I think George Pickens looks better with, obviously, Russell Wilson throwing him the football. Justin Fields, did okay, but I just think Russell Wilson is the better player to have or better quarterback to play if you have a, what the fuck is his name? George Pickens type of player, because that's how he's going to get fantasy points. You're not going to get what you get from Russell Wilson from Justin Fields. It's not going to happen. Maybe it does, maybe once or twice, every 5-6 weeks. But Russell Wilson has the ability to give that to George Pickens on a weekly basis. So that's what you want. Jalen Warren's a sneaky pickup. If he's on the waiver wire, he's looking, healthy. I know he had a knee injury in the beginning of the year, but he's starting to look a little healthy. Adam, you never know. If Najee goes down, you got a number 1 running back now. But yeah, me and Manny, both on the Steelers. And that's going to be it for the picks this week. Hopefully we can continue our streak of doing well. I know I did pretty well last week. I'm not sure how Manny did, but I'll get into the numbers at another time. I got it all written down, so don't worry, Manny. I got you, bro. All right, I'm going to take a quick break, and I'll be right back. Thank you guys for tuning in. Appreciate all the love. Thank you to Spotify and YouTube for letting your man come up and do his thing. Be sure to check out my Twitter, as you will see a video of me getting out of the elevator I got stuck on at my wedding. Also, I want to apologize for how I sound this episode. I'm congested as fuck. I haven't felt good. My eyes are all puffy. We're getting to that season where everybody's starting to get sick. Everyone's got the sniffles. I fucking can't stand that shit. But anyways, we got an awesome week of sports coming up. I hope you guys all enjoy it. Have a great weekend. I'll catch you guys next time.